Some well-meaning laws in Colorado are falling short, particularly laws in place to help foster kids. Today, advocates for these children will announce a new effort to fill some of these gaps. 9 News reporter Anusha Roy is following this story at Anusha. What are they focused on?
Yeah, they're really wanting to make sure that kids get to be kids. So later today, this proposed legislation will be announced, making sure that foster kids have the right to things as simple as getting a driver's license and extracurricular activities. These are the things that were sometimes missing for these children because the adults who crafted the previous laws didn't always think about it. Now it's showing up in the potential legislation because it was foster kids who helped craft this proposed bill, along with the Colorado Child Protection Ombudsman. And it's not the only time that laws meant to protect children did not quite deliver.
One of those examples was in legislation that was passed, I think it was 2 years ago, about ensuring that foster youth who leave the system are guaranteed college tuition here in Colorado. And what we've learned from many of our foster youth is that they weren't getting that benefit, that the higher education institutions, for example, weren't even aware oftentimes of the new law being passed.
As for today's proposed legislation that's being rolled out, it is particularly important because every year, thousands of kids are removed from their homes because of abuse or neglect. Unfortunately, a lot of these kids are exposed to addiction, abuse, denied food, medical care, education. So to combat some of those negative impacts, there's this growing movement right now to make sure kids also get to experience what other kids are experiencing. The plan is for lawmakers to introduce this bill at some time in the upcoming session that is actually set to start in about a week. Corey.
I mean, these laws have the best of intention, right? But as time goes on, you kind of see the gaps, and this is kind of shoring some of those laws up.
Yeah, 100%. You know, some of these original laws were passed like a decade ago. And over time, you know, the ombudsman was saying that we started noticing where it wasn't delivering, where it was falling short. And so you see this a lot, actually, during these legislative sessions of laws building on top of laws, because it's like the lawmakers are learning along the way.
All right. Anusha, thank you.
Yeah, well, good on them for recognizing that things could be better.